Hello students, this is our lecture number 15 and this is our second lecture on package chapter. So in the last class we have studied basic things about the package creation along with the advantages and how to create the user defined package, how to compile it, how to execute it or how to check it, and then how to use it also we have seen in our last session. From our last session it is also come to we have also known that and there is something called access protection. So the classes that are there in the that are listed in the some particular package cannot be accessed directly, and we have to import it, and we have used some of the different types of importing methods for using the class file into the another package. So all those things were discussed. So in today's lecture we will be mainly covering, or we will be mainly talking about access protection. So access protection is very important concept in object oriented programming, as it does not allow the data and instruction to move freely around the system, right? So it's very important concept of object oriented programming paradigm. Another important concept, very important feature of object oriented programming is data and encapsulation. Okay, so an encapsulation means, suppose you must have seen the capsules, right? Must have seen the capsules, um, medicine capsule. Okay, so you will see the capsules somewhere here. Okay, somewhere in any medicine, and inside the capsules you may have variety of the medicines. Okay, so some green color medicine. Okay, some blue color medicine. Okay, so small balls are there. Okay, some red color, right? Red color medicine, some black color. Okay, so here what we are trying to do, you are basically trying to put all the cells, all the different kind of medicine that serve for different purposes into one capsule, and this concept is known as a encapsulation. Okay, so here in java also it has got the object oriented feature, and one of the features is encapsulation. So how encapsulation is achieved by java, with the help of, actually it is achieved with the help of the package, right? If you see our data, if you see our the data and instruction that we have discussed so far, so we have first got the data and instruction. Okay, we have got the data and code. Okay, code means method, etc. So we try to encapsulate data and code within a inside a class. Okay, inside a class. So we try to store as many as data and different methods inside a one, and try to encapsulate it with the one name and with the name of the class. Okay, so this class becomes a container for data and code. Now we have seen that we can have many classes. Okay, many classes. So all those classes, okay, one or more classes, okay, are stored in a particular directory or a particular container called a package. Okay, so inside the package you may have got a class, you may have got b class. Okay, so many classes you will have, including you may have some subclass or sub package also. Okay, so this the classes act as a container for data and code, and package act as a container for classes including the sub package. So that's how we have achieved the data encapsulation. Sorry, that's how we have achieved the encapsulation in the Java. Okay, so classes and packages both means of encapsulation. Classes act as a container for data and code. Package act as a container for classes and subordinate package. Okay, so now so this is all about the encapsulation. Okay, now we will talk about the access protection. Okay, so so far now we have seen that there are classes and packages. There may be one or more classes inside the same package, and there may be one or more classes inside the another package. So how do we interplay with them, okay, to use it? So we have got, based on our analysis, we have categorized into five different categories. Same class means, suppose there are data members. I'm assuming, okay, I'm not considering the method in my example for simple reason that I want to make the explanation as simple as it is. So I'm only going to consider data. Okay, suppose in a class within a same class you have got variety of data members, okay, including different types of access protection. Some may be declared as private, some data may be declared as public, some data is declared as default, some data is declared as protected. Okay, okay, so within the same class we have declared this variety type of data. Okay, next is same package subclass. Here subclass means uh, the extended version of a class, or in other words, derived class. Suppose there is a class A. Suppose there is a class A. Okay, there is a class A and there is a class B. Okay, and this class B has been derived from class A. Okay, so if this is having said this scenario, this we are going to consider the B as a subclass of A. I repeat, if there is a class A and there is a class B and class B has been extended from A or inherited from A, then we will use the word subclass with B. Okay, or in other words, for example, B is the subclass of class A. That's how we are going to use this subclass. So same package subclass means there is a package. Okay, there is a package. Say for example, name of the package is pack. Okay, inside the package there is a class A. Okay, there is a class A. Okay, and there is also a class B. Okay, and this class B has been derived from class A. That's what is said by same package subclass. So same package, say A and B is within the same package and B is the subclass of A. Okay, same package non-subclass means inside the same package you will have one more class. Okay, you will have one more class, that is name of the class is, say for example, class C, and this class C has not been inherited or has not been created with the help of class A, or C does not inherit anything from class A. So this is called within same package non-subclass. Same package, and C is inside the same package, but A and C is not related. C is not inheriting the A. Okay, now next is different package subclass. Different package subclass means there is another package. Okay, there is another package. Say for example, name of the package is my pack, and inside which there is a class. Okay, inside which there is a class, and name of the class is D, and this class D has been designed in such a way that it is inherited from class A or class B or class C, whatever it is. Okay, so here you can see there is a link between a class of one package with the another class of another package. So that's why different package subclass I've used because inheriting nature is there. Next is the different package non-subclass. Different package non-subclass means there is a class. Okay, so for example the name of the class is E. Okay, which is there in the another package, and the E is not at all related with the pack. Okay, E is not at all related with the pack, so that's a different package non-subclass. So these are the variety of scenario that we will have, and for this variety of scenario, how does this access protection differs? Okay, so before we go about the example of each one of the case scenarios, okay, we will first try to understand what does this mean. What does this access specifier means. So there are four different kind of access specifier defined by the Java. Okay, so namely private, public, default, and protected. Okay, so if you declare any data, I repeat, okay, you can have this access specifier to you can associate this access specifier to a method also, to a data also. For in order to make my explanation easier, I'll use the term I'll use associate this access specifier only with the data. Okay, so if you associate any data member with a public access specifier, then it is accessible from anywhere. Okay, I repeat, if you append or if you write down public while declaring any data member inside the class, then it is accessible from anywhere outside the class, from anywhere. Okay, maybe within a class, within a package, or within a different package. Okay, for example, public int a equals to 5. So a is accessible within a class also, outside the class also, within the package or outside the package. Okay, so all is possible. Okay. Next is private. So whenever you declare any data member as a private, then it cannot be seen outside the class. Okay. Whenever you declare any data member as a private, then it cannot be seen outside the class. For example, private int a equals to 5, then a can be used within a class only. Okay. So this is second one. Third one is, if you want the suppose the scenario is, suppose you want to have a data member int I repeat, okay, control a, control x. Suppose you declare any data member as int a equals to 5. Okay, and if you want this a to be accessible only to b, b is of type inherited. Okay, so in that case you can declare the variable a as protected. Okay, so if you want the data to be visible only to its subclass, then you can declare it as a protected. Okay, so if you want to allow an element to be seen outside the current package but only to the class that subclass, okay, that subclass your class directly, then declare the element as protected. So if you not only b, it can be you can use this protected in a, and this d also can use a, b also can use a, d also can use a. Okay, only if inside class a int a is declared as protected. Okay, and then the last one is the default. Okay, another name is no modify. If you don't mention any kind of access protection, okay, if you don't mention any kind of access protection, then what will happen when a member does not have any explicit access specification? It is visible to subclass as well as to other class within the same package. For example, if you don't mention anything, it is visible to b also, it is visible to c also within the same class. Okay, sorry, within the same package, if you don't mention any kind of access specifier. Okay, so these public, private, default, and protected are the access specifier actually that will define the visibility of the variable. Okay, visibility means where all that corresponding variable is seen. Okay. Okay. So yeah, this is a very important chart that will describe all different kind of visibility. Means for example, if you declare within the same class, for example, there is a class and there are some of the data members declared. Some of them are declared as private, some of them are declared as default, some of them are declared as protected, some of them are declared as public. So in this scenario, what will happen within the same class? It is visible. All the private data members are visible. Okay, all the data members, default data members are visible, protected data members are also visible, public data members are also visible. Now same package subclass means except the private data member, same package subclass means same package a and b. Okay, a and b, I'm talking about a and b in a package pack. Okay, in a package whose name is pack. So if you declare inside class A, if you declare inside class A, a variable, if you declare it as a public, then it is visible. Okay, if you declare it as a protected, then it's also visible. Default is also visible, and same package, sorry, private, it's not visible. So if there is you have written private, okay, private private int a equals to 5. If you have this statement in A and B cannot see A, okay, except private, all remaining can be seen. Likewise, this is also defined. Okay, so we'll see each one of them through example. Okay, through another way of visualization. Okay, so for example, there is a package. Okay, so for example, there is a package. Name of the package is p1. Okay, and there is a class, Okay, the name of the class is protection. So for example, the name of the class is protection, and inside that class you have declared 4 variables. Okay, one is the first variable is declared by default. You have not mentioned anything, just like for example int a. Okay, second variable you have declared as a private. Okay, so private, okay, private int space n underscore pri equals to 5, say for example. Okay, suppose this is the second one, and third one you have declared third variable inside the protection class as protected, and fourth variable as a public. Okay, so having said this, if these variables are declared as default, private, protected, and public, okay, then how it is seen? It is seen in all. Okay, it can be seen. Suppose there are some of the member functions, those all those on this that member function can access all of them, so this is first scenario. Okay, so first is yes means if a variable is declared as private, that is also seen. If that is also accessible. If a variable is declared as a default one, that is also accessible. If a variable is declared as protected, that is also accessible. And if a variable is also declared as public, that is also accessible. Okay, now that is scenario number 1. Now let us talk about scenario number 2. Okay, suppose there is a package inside which there is a class file protection, wherein you have declared n as a this first variable as a default, second variable as a private, third variable as a protected, and fourth variable as a public. And there is another class that is derived from protection. This arrowhead means there is a derived class that inherits protection class. So whenever it inherits and try to use this member, except private n underscore pro and underscore pub, all are accessible except private. So it says that from here, scenario number 2 says that if there is a class within a same package that inherits the another class, only those variables are accessible in the derived class which are declared as default or protected or public. Okay, so that's why you will see in this table as default, protected, and public are as yes, but private no, because private data member are not accessible. Now we will see the scenario number 3. Okay, in scenario number 3 we will consider that there are some data members that are declared in a particular class called protection, in with access protection as default, private, protected, and public. Okay, and there is another class which is there in the same package but has not derived it. So same package is the name of the class which which has been created independently, irrespective of inheriting. Okay, so it has not inherited anything from anyone else. So in that scenario, so what will happen, whether all these variables are accessible in this same package or not? So the answer is, so only the except private, default, protected, and public are accessible in the same package. That is scenario number 3, right? So now next is scenario number 4. In scenario number 4, we will consider there are two packages. In first package, there are some classes with some there are classes, okay, with some variable declaration as default, private, protected, and public, and there is another class which has got a class that is inherited from the class of another package. So protection 2 is the name of the class which is located in P2 package, and this protection 2 class, whenever it was created, it has inherited the properties from protection of another package called P1. So in that scenario, what will happen? Only protected and public are accessible in the protection 2 class, and default private are not accessible, right? So that is our scenario number 4. And the last scenario is if there is a package, okay, if there is a two package, and in first package there are some variable declaration as default, private, protected, and public, and in another package there is a class which is independent of anyone which is independent of any members of the P1 package. So it has been created in the package P2. So this package P2 can access only the public data member, because in the as a definition of public access specifies says that it can be accessible from by anyone from anywhere else. Okay, so this is all about it. Okay, so within different class, none, different package, none subclass is this example, different package subclass. So okay, so this is what this is said. You can see the last one. So you can only access public, remaining you cannot access. In different package subclass, that is this, you can access only protected and public. So only protected and public you can access it, remaining you can't access it. Okay, so having said this, let us go through some of the examples, whatever that I have told you just now. Suppose there is a package P1. Okay, the same example, you have declared some of the variables as default, private, protected, and public. So whether these variables are accessible within the same class, so you have just printed it using SOP. So yes, it will not generate any kind of error. So all these are accessible within the same class. But if it is in a derived class, except private, it is not accessible. Okay, so you can see class derived. The name of this class is derived.java. So derived class. Okay, extend protection. Protection is this. So you have not declared any data member over here. You have used this here itself because you have derived it. So you try to access it, accept private. Okay, accept private, remaining are accessible. Next is so we have seen two cases out here, within a class and within same package subclass. Okay, now we'll see same package none subclass, same package none subclass. So here also accept private, remaining are accessible. Okay, this is just the main code of since there was missing of main code, so I'll just writing it main code. Okay, so you can go through it later on. Now next scenario number 3 is within subclass other package. Okay, so there is another package P2. Okay, you are trying to access the members of P1 protection class of P1 package. So you have seen that we have already seen that except protected and public, okay, we cannot access the remaining one. So we can only access the protected data member and public data member that are declared as protected and public in the protection class of P1 package. If there is a data member declared in the protection class as private and default, those members cannot be accessed. And the last one is the non subclass other package. Okay, non subclass other package. So except public, you can access anyone else. So we have already seen it. Okay, this is main class. So now this is the last thing. Okay, so most of the time we have seen in many there is kind of proverb. Okay, method declared as final can sometimes provide performance enhancement, justify the statement. We all have studied, from our previous session, the use of the final keyword. Why we use? What happens when we use the final keyword with the data member? What happens if we use the final keyword with the member function, etc., etc. Okay, so when we use the final keyword in the different scenarios, how does it affect the uh, execution, okay, or performance? So you can have a look, you can find your own answers. Okay, it will be interesting. So we have just discussed in today's session the various protection, sorry, different types of protection, and we have proved this table using the help of the examples. If you have any questions, you please do post. Thank you so much. Okay, if you have any questions, please do post. Thank you.